Hi everyone. Just giving you another update on this homemade, hand-built, tiny house that I've made of scrap, mostly scrap, probably about 90% scrap. Anyway, today, rather, this is Wednesday, and I'm wrapping up a 3-day stretch of putting things together. And the primary task for this week was finishing up hanging drywall, particularly downstairs into this new loft area. Right now, since I'm pretty much out of drywall for this week, I'm touching up on the trim work on the upper frame, where I've got these glass windows, these wonderful shelves that I got off of Craigslist for free from Wendell. Anyway, so I've been working on those, been laying some work on the platform, and making our way towards completion. I got a little perspective on the electrical box and the wiring, so I'll be running a RV cable, 30 amp RV cable from the Titan solar generator. And fortunately today we're actually getting some decent sun, so the panels are getting some good juice. Unfortunately, Monday and Tuesday was cloudy, so we didn't recuperate a lot of the lost energy from running the refrigerator and various other things, but also did some caulking. Got some of the caulking done around the windows so that we don't have any water penetration into the structure. And I got the top windows and also the top windows on the back side, which is helpful. Makes me feel good because Lord knows I don't want this thing rotting. It is a scrap house, and if you remove the S, it's also a crap house, technically, because I have no clue what the hell I'm doing out here, but I'm not letting that stop me. I want to be free, I want to be independent, and this is an incredibly good way to do it. You know, grabbing scrap materials from construction sites and projects and so on and so forth, and I've managed to construct this lovely thing. My tiny house with a sweet ass loft upstairs and 360 degree view of the outside. That's nice. And one more sheet of drywall left, which I'm gonna have to put up on the ceiling today. That's gonna be fun. Putting these ceiling panels up was one of the first things I did this week, and of course also these panels here. So I've got a lot of mud work to do, because using scrap drywall is incredibly challenging, because you have to cut a lot of it and measure a lot of it, and you're gonna wind up with a lot of gaps and holes and places that well, just require some touch-up, modification, trim work. But that's the lovely thing about flashing and trim work and stuff, is it's there to cover up some unsightly features of your build. So, that being said, we're almost done here for this week, unfortunately, which means I gotta go back to Raleigh and get back to the wonderful world of real estate. But, that's alright. We're getting closer and closer by the minute. And, well, see for yourself. I also got to hang gutters. I got to hang gutters once I figure out where I'm going to build the next water tower to feed the tiny house. And I want to put it somewhere in the sun so that the barrels absorb a lot of heat from the sun and warm up the water. And of course I've got black barrels, so I need to cap them and make sure they don't get any sunlight penetration, so we don't get any algae growing in there. And of course I'm gonna have to cut all this stuff down. I'm thinking of laying it down, kind of like those guys did when they made all the crop circles out in the UK. You know, they just take a board and run a rope through it and flatten everything down. I think that might actually be a good approach. And it may also, well, it'll probably promote the topsoil as the plants die off and rot this winter time. And that cover will maybe, hopefully, prevent the other plants next spring from popping up. Don't know. but it's a beautiful day here in Oxford, North Carolina. I have no idea what the temperature is. I'd be willing to bet it's probably about 85 degrees, and it's glorious. And I'll tell you what, man, I spent last summer camping in the shed, which was really my first build. I gotta get rid of these gutters. They're crap. I tried them. They do work, but a little unsightly. And I've got some touch-up finish work to do. But this is just a storage shed. That's all it is. It's a fucking storage shed. So I don't really need to worry too much about its aesthetics in this particular instance, since I'm a poor man. Function always takes precedence over form. And so anyway, it's functioning well. It'll be even better once I get the tiny house finished and I get my little pimpin' chair and the dining room table chairs and everything out of the work shed, put it into the tiny house, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape then. There'll certainly be a lot more room to move around. I need to build some, I don't know, cabinets or shelves or something, all in due time. But for now, the priority is, of course, finishing the tiny house. And once the tiny house is finished and wired and plumbed, of course, that's the next big project, is I'm going to put the home biogas toilet right here, I think. And maybe just cover it with a curtain. I'm going to have to drill a hole in the floor and run the plumbing through the floor on down the hill. And so now, and of course it was filthy, but now I'm sleeping up in the loft, and I've been sleeping up in the loft for at least a few months now when I come out here from Raleigh. And it sleeps so much better. Love the mosquito net. It's going to be nice when I can drop the mosquito net and actually, have the whole place wide open to myself without having to share it with bugs and mosquitoes. And that's what the mosquito net is for, of course. And then we'll just keep steaming forward from there. I'll tell you, I've had a hell of a time. This is a fantastic way to spend my freedom. It really is. I find this just a wonderful way to spend my spare time in pursuit of an objective. And that objective is to get nothing but spare time, because once this place is up and running, I will be technically free and independent. Of course, I'm already free. You're free once you set your mind to be free. But independence is another thing. And that's what the founders wanted. That's what old JFK wanted, was for man to be free and independent. What we were born to be. And that's the whole idea. But once the tiny house is to the point where I have no more ideas to execute with it, I'm going to turn my attention over to the greenhouse, and I brought that up on the last video. I'm going to reduce the width of it and take out a couple of poles, make it a 12-foot wide, 36-foot long structure, which I believe will hang up or hold up better. This one actually, believe it or not, holds up just fine. Sort of, kind of, not really, but anyway, well, to be continued and improved, miss. So that being said, one step closer to freedom and independence, and I hope all of you have the same thing in your heart, and resolve to serve the beast no longer, and you are at once free. And of course, this is retirement, right? I mean, it's freedom and independence is retirement. You are no longer required to go, work for some corporation that couldn't care less about you, that, winds up executing agendas that perhaps we don't agree with. And of course, once you achieve your freedom and independence, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to slave away for a paycheck. You've got your own food, you got your own water, you've got your own shelter, you've got your own power. And that's it, man. And then if you want to go work for a corporation, go do that. Or go work for somebody else, hopefully a mom and pop shop, or start your own mom and pop shop and, sell your wares, sell your excesses, whatever you don't consume that you produce on your own land. And man, that's the name of the game. I mean, that's where economy really begins, is production in excess of what you require to survive and thrive. And you've got nothing but spare time. So innovate, create, be your godly selves. Peace, love, happiness, blah, blah, blah. And see you next time. Bye.